What's up, crew? Just Sales Sensei here. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why pursuing mastery is more important than pursuing profits. So, one of the things that I really realized when I was early on in my career was understanding that being money driven, while it is important in sales, should not be the end all be all for every single person. Now, it's kind of like this, right? You're at a campfire and you want the fire to actually start going. There's two ways that you can do this. You can get coal and wood, or you can actually just get some lighter fluid and pour some fuel to that flame. I view money as a motivator in sales. It's kind of like that lighter fluid. It's nice, there's short combustion, it gets it going, but what keeps you long in that campfire for hours and hours is actually the wood and the coal. Mastery is the coal. The lighter fluid is the money and the profits. So when you actually decide to pursue mastery, this is what I've found has actually worked in my life, which is in sales, when you reach a new goal, let's say your first goal is to hit 10K per month in commission. The problem is once you inevitably reach that goal, you actually wake up and you say, well, now what? Right? So the initial hunger, the initial motivation, all those things that got you going and got you continuing to work and hustle and grind, your power source is actually gone. So what happened was there would be months once I actually would hit new records or hit new goals where I'd be stagnant. And I found a much more effective approach and way to keep that fire and momentum going was actually mastery. So what ended up happening is when I changed my focus from how do I make as much money as possible in this offer to, hey, how do I become the best salesperson possible? How do I get better at my discovery? How do I get better at speaking and pitching? How do I get better at closing and handling objections? That's when I saw myself continue to be motivated. Because through the process of just improving, let's say your skill set through discovery, your pitch and presentation, you actually make more money, right? Alex Hormozi always talks about this, but it is our skill sets that end up paying us. It's that, in my opinion, is the insurance of business. Because even if business is like a roller coaster, going up and down, sometimes you have good months, sometimes you have bad months. The common thing that will always be the foundation, that will always be a reliable source for you to create money time and time again is skill sets. So when we're attaching this idea of mastery towards wanting to improve our skill sets, that's what actually allows us to stay in the long game, right? But another important thing that I also want to point out is we want to treat sales like a game, right? Like a craft. So there's this Japanese principle called shokunin. And funny enough, I actually got this from an old Netflix documentary called Jiro's Dream of Sushi. And in that movie, Jiro is this famous sushi chef in Japan. And he only does one thing really freaking well, which is make sushi. Now, for you guys out there, you might be like, well, it's just making sushi, right? But for him, sushi is his craft. It's his game. It's the thing that he always pursues to want to get better at. And funny enough, I believe now at this time, Jiro's probably in his 80s. Like he was an old guy during the filming of this documentary, and he's still in the game making sushi. Because now that he has a famous restaurant, it's not about the money that he brings in. It's not about the profits, but it's actually the mastery of his craft that not only does he get to continue to hone, but he gets to teach to the next generation of what he calls shokunin. So in that documentary, he has actually an apprentice who starts off not making sushi, but literally just making rice. Then once he's mastered making rice, then he goes on to making eggs. Then once he's mastered making eggs, he starts to combine it and start to actually help with the sushi making. And so there's a process towards mastery, right? It's kind of just like getting a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or any martial arts, is you have to work through the ranks. And it's the lifelong pursuit of wanting to get that black belt, wanting to improve your skill set, wanting to get better each and every day towards your craft That's what keeps people from continuing to want to pursue their black belt. So sales is the same thing, guys, and I invite you this same philosophy is work towards shokunin. Show up every day as if you were a white belt, wanting to be a lifelong learner, being coachable, being hungry, focusing on the fundamentals. And even if eventually you do become that black belt in sales, right? You're making multiple 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures one day in your craft. You keep showing up on the mat and continue to operate and play the game as if you're a white belt, wanting to learn, grow, continue to study what is time and time again your game. So I invite you guys to play the game just for the sake of playing the game, because that ultimately is what keeps you here for the long term. It's not about just having 1 good year in sales. It's not just about having 2, even 3 good years in sales. I want you guys to commit to playing this game for the long term, meaning this is a 10, 20, 30 plus year game that you are going to continue to pursue. Because sales doesn't just benefit us, obviously, in terms of finances, but it has given me fulfillment, it's given me joy, it's given me relationships, it's given me improved self-esteem, both mentally and physically, right? It's led me to opportunities that I couldn't have seen, all because of one pursuit, which is my pursuit of being better and pursuing my black belt in sales. So that's really it, guys. I want to make sure that we understand this. And to recap, the Shokunin identity, the Shokunin principle, is to want to pursue in being great at your craft. And who knows, maybe one day I never achieve that Shokunin title. But that's not what it's about. It's not achieving a destination. It's about enjoying the journey along the way, not rushing it, following it in its own divine timing, in its own flow of life, and just actually getting real joy from doing what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed that, leave a like, a comment, a subscription on below in the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Yo, what's up, Sales Samurai? If you like that free training, then I'm actually gonna give you guys a little bonus and secret. So I'm giving away a free sales training course inside of our free school community. Now, in that training course, I'm walking you guys through all my strategies, my tactics, and everything that I use to go from 0 to 5.4 million in high ticket sales. Now, also, if you're someone that is newer to the high ticket sales space and looking to get into it, or you're looking for your next 6-figure sales offer, then I got something special for you. I'm actually making intros, connections, giving you guys my tools and frameworks on how to land your next 6-figure offer, what I call a Rainmaker offer, inside of that free community as well. So click the link and the bio in the description below. My team will approve that immediately as soon as we get that. And we'll see you guys on the other side. Sensei out.